what point did the two of you connect personally and begin to talk about working together?
Well, it's something you should know about Rick is that he's Welsh, and which means he comes from Wales, and most of the actors that I've worked with appear to come from Scotland and from Ireland. Now, all these nations hate the English, but for very, very different reasons, and it's expressed in very, very different ways. So, well, I've always tried to work with them, you know, in the interests of peace and harmony. I've always tried to reach out to. But no, seriously, we got in touch with them, and then we did this film, and everything seemed to be going really well. Because like Trainspotting was quite a big of a cult hit.
We had a song at the end of it called Born Slippy, and that was the first time that we met, and since then collaborated on a number of films, and Rick did the full score of Trance, which is a huge score.
There's something hidden inside me. What is it?
It's a memory.
A memory?
A memory of what you did.
When Rick does the music, do you give him some film and then he comes back and say, oh, that's wonderful? Or are you working side by side?
It feels to me side by side, which is a fantastic thing if you're happy about the person that you stood next to.
Right.
It could be awful.
Right.
But in Danny's case, it's marvelous. And he seems to have this way with, you sense he knows exactly what he's wanting of you of that moment, but it's an exploration, you know. So here's some seeds of ideas, here's thoughts, here's things that I, Danny, am passionate about. Always, though, you know that there's this, but surprise me.
No piece of art is worth a human life.
Where is it?
I can't remember! I got hit on the head!
So we've got this sort of highbrow world of sort of art thievery, and we've seen a lot of movies set in this world, and they usually have similarly sort of highbrow symphonic scores, and that's not what's happening here at all.
So what happens in the film as she takes him through these series of trances, deeper and deeper in these trances, and it was up to Rick to try and score these trances as you go deeper with him.
All was stolen and destroyed, but now together, authenticated, safe.
And it's that weird mixture of, it's relaxation, but you don't want to make the audience fall asleep. And yet, it's got to make it look like McAvoy's being taken into trance. So that was Rick's puzzle to try and balance those two.
Puzzle, but, you know, with fantastic support and knowing that somebody was several steps away from it to look from the outside. But what a gift for a musician as well to be able to play with different levels of tempo and tension and know that they were part of the puzzle process, you know.
Sometimes your visual narratives and your sound narratives will diverge and come back together. You're not super didactic about how you go about things.
No, I like it to kind of, I like us to listen as we're working on the film, and by us I mean not just Rick, but all sorts of people, to listen to lots of music and for it to kind of organically evolve.
We had a song, it's called Sandman by Kirsty McGee, and Frank Cottrell Boyce, he sent me that like years ago, and we'd been working a little bit on trance, and I always thought that's the song of trance, really. Now, in fact, the way Rick's worked on the music of trance, it's sort of like, it's not like the standout song, if you like, but it was always there right from the beginning.
When the Sandman blows your eyes, I'll be there.
Like I was watching on the plane on the way over here, I was watching The Big Chill.
Right.
And that was quite interesting, hearing how bold the music was, the music choices in that was. And that belonged to a certain generation, where you suddenly go, whoa, hang on a minute, there's a whole incredible realistic world here that is being kind of reflected through a different prism now.
Right.
Which is the prism of what you understand about these songs, your own personal relationship with these songs, maybe your ignorance of these songs, maybe people didn't know them and have to find them out in a way. So it's suddenly a whole hall of mirrors opens up through the use of pop culture people are living their life like that. That's how they see their life. I mean, I do. I see my life in pop music. You know, I'd sing songs to myself the whole time, and I'd hear it on adverts. I hear it there. I think that's wonderful. And you reflect that, so you tell your stories through that prism, really.
Where is it? Why did you lie to me?
The memory is locked in a cage. And with enough force, the lock can be broken.
Elizabeth, I have something to tell you.